Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to a new video. So today I'm finally doing my Premier League predictions. So obviously I did these last year and I'm doing them again. Today I'm doing them with Ali or Axoma FC. Say hello, Ali.
What's going on, everyone?
Hello. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to run through both of our Premier League predictions and basically compare who's said what, who's put who where. Obviously everyone's going to have their own opinion, so let me know down below what you think of our predictions. And yeah, let's get into it. Right then, so number 20 for me. Obviously, I spent so long doing this, changed it about 90 times. But I'm actually going to go Brighton to come 20th
Oh,
this year.
okay. Well, I mean, immediately we're different.
Yeah, what
So,
have you gone for?
for 20th, I went for Huddersfield.
Yeah,
It was tough, though, because Huddersfield did just sign, I've forgotten its name, like Davy Proper or something, for like 10
yeah,
million.
yeah.
And he looks
Well,
like a good player, but I don't know, I don't think the manager's good enough, to be honest.
well, I'll say it now. I put Huddersfield at 19th. I don't know. I love an underdog, and I actually just don't want either of these teams to get relegated. But
Yeah.
after doing it so many times, eventually I had to put them down, and I don't know why, but I just fancied Huddersfield to have a bit of a go. Obviously, they got Moy.
Yeah,
Um,
he's good. He's
he's
a
going
good
to do a
player.
lot, but I don't know what their strikers are really saying. And then as for Brighton, I don't know. It's a hard one. You have to pick two, and that's who I went for.
I wouldn't.
So
Yeah, I wouldn't. I want Brighton to do well just because Chris Hughton. I like him,
yeah,
but I don't think their squad's going to be that good. I mean, I don't think it's that much worse than like Newcastle's, to be honest. But it's
yeah.
just, I don't know,
Wet
Rafa
bias.
Benitez effect, I suppose. But yeah,
Yeah.
I went
Okay.
for Watford in 19th though.
Fair
So
play.
my bottom three were Huddersfield, Watford, Brighton.
Right. Okay. So
So,
I had Burnley as my 18th team.
ooh,
Yeah. Again, it's just like, well, they sold their top centre back, Keane. I don't think they've really brought in a replacement, and their away form last year was pretty bad. So I don't know. I think these teams down the bottom are all probably going to be there. It's just what
yeah,
order,
they're
really.
all quite closely matched, and they're probably going to sell what's his name, Gray as well, aren't they?
Yeah, that's
So
very
uh,
possible. So who did you have for 17th
for
then?
17th, I did have Burnley. So
Well, I had Watford.
sweet. So I mean, we're very close,
Yeah,
but we're
very
just
true.
slightly different in terms of the final positions. But
Yeah,
I think either or, like, I can't really disagree with yours, to be honest.
I mean, there's still 3 weeks to go. They could
Yep.
bring players in, but obviously as it stands, yeah. So come on, who did you have 16th then?
16th, I have Swansea.
Yeah, same.
All
I
right.
also have Swansea
The
in there.
first match of the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. I think they are decent, and obviously after what happened last year, right at the end when they kind of brought it back, that was really good to see. So I would like them to stay up. Obviously Sigurdsson is a massive thing for them. If they keep him, I think they'll stay up. And
I
if he
think they will
goes,
keep him just because they've got a crazy price tag on him. That's why.
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely
massively.
ridiculous. He's a
Yeah.
really good player, but crazy money, like 50 million for Sigurdsson. It's immense.
It's just when the transfer window starts getting to the end of this month, I can just see someone paying it though. That's the only thing.
What,
But if
like
they
a
do hold
deadline
him,
day kind of
yeah,
thing?
yeah. Just,
Yeah.
well, he's linked with Everton, and they've spent so much money already. I just wonder whether 2 days before the transfer deadline, then if they offered like 40,
Yeah,
would
that's
Swansea
true.
say yes? You know what I mean? It's so much money.
And
But
it comes down as well. Like, say Everton don't have the best first few games, they might be like, shit, we need somebody, and they just
yeah,
pay the
that's it.
money. And that's the one benefit of the transfer period still being on when the season starts.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah,
Well, also a negative for Swansea.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so in 15th, I went for Stoke.
Okay,
Who did
all
you
right.
put?
I put Bournemouth.
Fair enough. Yeah, I just figured. Well, I just think with Stoke, they obviously they always do all right. So I don't think they're going to get relegated. You know, I think they will be safe in the mid-table area. But they have sold a handful of players, not necessarily good ones, but just like some experience, like Whelan and Bardsley. They went.
Yeah.
Arnautovic went. And obviously they just need to find some replacements in the next few weeks, I suppose. They did get Kurt Zuma in on loan, which I think is ridiculously good, but it's the experience thing, I think.
Yeah, I think again, like we're in an area of the table where there's so many teams that could just be in and around. The reason for Bournemouth for me is just because I don't know, they haven't really done anything different from last season. Not that I've noticed anyway. Someone might tell me different. But I just thought, yeah, like they finished pretty close to their last season. I think they'll do the same again.
Yeah, I mean, they got Defoe. That was the reason I put them in a bit higher, just because it's goals in it. But so 14th, you can go first. Who did you put then?
West Brom.
West Brom. I put Newcastle at 14.
Is it?
Oh. Yeah. I'd love to.
I'd agree with that.
I want to obviously put them in as high as possible, but just like a nice happy season outside the relegation. 14th. I mean, Lascelles said he actually wants to aim for top 10 this season, which would be ridiculously good. But I just don't want to put out too big a.
But they have to say things like that, because if we're not the type of fans, I mean, we would accept staying in the Premier League. Don't get me wrong, but if they from the start of the season were like, as long as we just stay up, we're fine. Like that's not really what you want to hear at the start of the season.
No, I'm aiming low and hoping for more.
And hoping for more. Yeah, that's a good. 13th. Who have you got?
Crystal Palace.
Yep, exactly the same.
Oh wow, nice one. Yeah, so they got a few decent players like Zaha and Benteke, and I mean, if they get goals, then they do. I mean, they're a relatively entertaining team. I wouldn't necessarily say they're that great defensively and so on, but you always know there's going to be a few goals when they play.
I think the manager's a big thing as well for them. Basically how he carries it. I think they'll have a good start to the season, then fall off. But we'll just have to see. Middle of the road somewhere for Crystal Palace.
Yeah, okay. So 12th, I went for Southampton.
That's where I put Stoke.
Fair enough.
I kind of think that they'll sack Mark Hughes at some point, and then they'll bring in somebody that does well for them. This is like some crazy prediction. I'm not like Mystic Meg or anything.
You're going over and above on this one.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's something there that I think they do have quite decent players, not that amazing, but decent middle of the table.
No, I agree. I think Stoke will be in there, and then with Southampton, I don't know. I possibly could have put them a bit higher, to be fair. And obviously, there's teams you've put lower that I have now put higher. That we'll get onto in a minute. But the whole Van Dijk thing is just a bit crazy, and obviously they got a new coach in, which I think is a good thing. But just I just don't know how they're progressing really. Yeah,
Southampton. Okay. Paul Merson said they were the best of the rest. Like, so outside the top six and Everton, he said they were better than everyone else. But I don't know about that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I do think they are good, and obviously, like the players they bring through always every season just seem, even when they're unheard of, always seem to do amazingly well. So if they do that again, then I think they probably will be higher up the table. But just where they are right now, from what I know, I think that's probably about right.
Yeah. So we're up to 11, right?
11th. That's where I put West Brom.
That's where I put Newcastle.
Fair enough.
I just thought I think I am being a little bit biased, but I don't know. There's something in me that just thinks we won't get top half, but I think we'll come close.
I think it's very, very achievable for us to do something. Like you said, the manager's a massive thing. We've got Rafa. We are bringing players in, and there's still continuous chat of us bringing more players in. So if that does happen in the next few weeks, then keep going up and up. And then the reason I put West Brom there was just basically West Brom had a ridiculous first half of the season last year.
Yeah.
I just think basically slap bang in the middle, 11th place West Brom, I think is probably about right.
Yeah, West Brom are that type of team. They turn up some weeks and then other weeks they don't. So it's just how many they do of the first one.
Well, that's the thing. They got 40 points last year and then just stopped. So
I have it on here. Like, I crossed out Newcastle in 13, and the reason I put them higher was just because I thought, we got January still.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really think that for any other team because it doesn't go through my mind. But I just thought if it's going badly, I think Mike Ashley would pay out.
He's not going to want us to lose all that money going
down
again, you'd think, anyway. Okay, so who did you put 10th then?
10th, I put my hometown, Leicester.
Fair enough. That's where I put Bournemouth.
Oh, right. That's quite
Yeah,
a big
so-
difference. That's 5 places.
Yeah. Oh, I just think that Defoe is just. I mean, if you think, what was he like in the top 5 goal scorers last year playing for Sunderland?
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't ever guarantee repeated form,
hmm
but if he scores that many at Bournemouth, that would be great. And their defence hasn't been fantastic, but they've got Begovic from Chelsea in net now.
That's
And
true.
they've-
Like, you don't think about, like, well, you have to
Yeah.
think about there's a better team around him now. So,
Yeah, so if Defoe puts the goals in, then I reckon they could do all right, to be fair. And then my number 9 was Leicester.
oh,
So not
right.
too far off.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Well, my
one
9
place.
was Southampton. So,
Yeah, there's a bit of a difference. Well, that's not a massive difference. I put them 12th, so.
yeah, we'll see in afterwards when, like, we've got our tables side by side. I think Bournemouth at the minute is the biggest one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's 2 or 3 places for every team.
True. Well, I figured Leicester 9th. I mean, obviously they had a crazy bad start last season, but then Shakespeare, the manager, sorted them out, and they've signed Iheanacho as well. So
Yeah, that was I think that's a big signing.
that's I think that's why I pretty much put them up there. Okay, so who did you go for 8th?
Right, business end. I think this might be the same. You know,
Possibly.
I think for 8th, kind of surprise package West Ham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also put West Ham 8th. Yeah, again, all of the Payet stuff last year, and obviously there was quite a lot of drama, but I just think Hernandez up front is a really good signing, and then Hart in net. So it's kind of like Bournemouth; they've bought at both ends of the pitch. So
Yeah, I think
I
they've
think-
been very clever with who they brought in, and it's not like they've been huge, like, you know, crazy Everton type signings. It's just clever
Yeah.
signings.
I think Hernandez is a steal, but then
Yeah.
again, you can never like guess how they're gonna do, but. Like he does just score goals, so if he does it now, then I think West Ham will do all right.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
7th, I went for Everton.
Yeah, exactly the same.
Fair
It'd be
play,
funny if
yeah.
the top 8 are just the same.
Yeah, so obviously Lukaku went, but they are spending the money. Like I would actually like to see Rooney like properly do well for them. How do you think he's gonna do, or do you think he's past it?
I think at Man United he was just kind of ineffective because he wasn't used as well as he should have been, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think Everton will put him in like that number 10 role a lot more. But yeah, Everton spent the money. They've got a lot of players that are high quality. I don't think they're top 6 yet, but I think they're the
Yeah.
closest to being the challengers for the top 6 in the coming seasons at the
Yeah.
minute anyway. So,
Agreed. Okay,
yeah.
Who did you put 6th then?
right, 6th. Sorry, Arsenal fans, you're in 6th.
I put Arsenal 6th as well.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah. No, literally from 1 to 6, it's just so hard to guess how people are going to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's the whole Sanchez thing going on. If he stays, that is absolutely massive, and I don't think he's going to go now. And then obviously they've got Lacazette in, who, if he scores goals, which he's hopefully going to do for Arsenal, then
Yeah.
they could definitely do better. It's just you can't. It's hard to judge how you think someone's going to do.
I think Lacazette was is a really good signing. It's just they haven't followed it up. Like if they got another big name like that, I might have put them a bit higher. But it's just because it was like, oh, okay, we've appeased the fans maybe for now,
Yeah.
and now they're just sitting back. I mean, they are bidding for other people apparently. Like what's his name? There's a guy at Monaco, not Mbappe, but another one. Can't remember his name. But apparently they had like a £40 million bid rejected. So it looks like they're trying, but
Yeah.
as things stand, I put them in 6th.
I know it's really hard to not put Arsenal higher because of obviously how they always get 4th. You know?
Exactly,
But,
yeah.
I mean, they're in. It's not like they're not in. If they weren't in the Champions League and not in the Europa League, then no cup football like we saw with Chelsea could do them a lot of
Mhm.
favours. But
Yeah.
they are still in the Europa League, and if they do stay in it, then it's still more game time.
Yeah, they're going to be playing on Sundays a lot, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so 5th, I went for Liverpool.
Oh, okay. It was slightly different.
What did you put?
Oh no, shit! I put Liverpool as well.
Oh, fair enough.
I thought I put Tottenham, but no, it's Liverpool.
To be fair, I do actually have an arrow in between them two because I wasn't sure which one I was going to go for. But
Oh,
yeah,
right.
I've gone Liverpool. obviously they did really, really well last season. They've brought in Salah, who, from what I'm led to believe in pre-season, has been outstanding for them. And then I saw something today about the fact that Coutinho said that if there was an amicable deal on the table with Barcelona, then he'd be happy to listen. So, like, if he went,
I saw something about like he's deliberately being like bad in training, like not training very well to try and force a move. Yeah, but I don't know what truth there is to that.
Yeah,
but I mean, I think he'll go. To be honest,
I do think Barcelona, obviously after the Neymar situation, Barcelona have got the money to spend. Coutinho sounds like he wants to go there, and if Barca come knocking on the door with a lot of money, I don't know. Liverpool don't need to sell him, but if he doesn't want to be there and the money's there for them,
I think it's that situation where like Liverpool fans will be devastated if he goes.
Yeah,
like
I know they need to try and keep him as much as possible because he's a massive player.
Yeah.
And then I already said it, and you kind of did as well. For fourth place, I went for Spurs.
Yeah, exactly the same. My main reason is they haven't really changed much.
Yeah.
But I think that's what will leave them behind a bit. So like they won't be challenging for the title again because everybody else has improved, but they haven't really necessarily. Not on paper anyway. And
it's a funny one with them because on like first 11 only, their team is brilliant.
Yeah.
But then it's like they have quite a shallow squad, and then they haven't bought anyone. So obviously there still is time, and then also that they're playing at Wembley this season, aren't they? And then obviously it didn't go too good for them in the Champions League when they tried to play there last year. So I don't think they're going to lose every game at Wembley next season, but it could be a factor as well.
Yeah, no, I think so. But yeah, I think they'll still get top four, but just
Champions League, I reckon.
I think Spurs fans will be a little bit disappointed though, because I think they could have built on last season. Like they should have gone for it this season, really, and they still might win it. Like I'm not saying it's impossible for them, but yeah, I think they'll just fall a bit behind the top three.
That's it. Yeah. Okay, so who did you go third?
Right, third, Manchester United.
Right. Okay. I went Chelsea in
third. Oh, okay.
Yeah, my reason for that mainly is because they've let players like Matic, Loftus-Cheek and so on go.
Yep.
They have brought in Morata, but then I don't know what the situation is with Costa. He doesn't sound like he's going to be there, and I said Morata, didn't I? Morata, is he better than Costa? I don't know.
And in terms of like in the Premier League, you have to say no because Costa's been there, done that.
Yeah.
So
he could become better, but then also as well they've got the Champions League and stuff this year, which obviously they didn't have last year. It's I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I think it's good. Like, Chelsea, they sold Mata, and they're hoping that this what's his name, like Bakayoko or whatever his name is. I can't remember his name. Is just going to instantly be as good as Matic in the Premier League without any experience, which is a bit of a gamble. Same thing for Morata, like. Same thing, Costa. Yeah. It's just it hinges on a lot of things for Chelsea.
I know. So what? Well, I'll tell
you. Go number two. Go number two.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so number two, I went Man U second.
Oh, okay. So, that means we've got the same people to win it because I went Chelsea second.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So Manchester City to win the Premier League.
I know they are spending massively, and like we've already mentioned about the fact that like a manager is like a massive thing. So like Pep versus Jose 1 and 2, I think is probably quite likely. Whether it's one or the other, I don't know. But then they've got so many good players like Aguero, Jesus. They've got Mendy now. They got that new goalkeeper as well. So. And like we said, the manager's a massive thing. Pep Guardiola, we know, is a good manager. Obviously, it was quite nice to see that he didn't.
Well, he didn't walk into the Premier League. But I think that's the thing. Like, if Man City don't win it this year, I think it's got to be because of Pep. Because I think they've got the strongest squad by a mile. Like, there's a lot of good teams, but I think Man City's got the most depth with still quality. Like, even in their reserves, they've got better players that would walk into like the Newcastle team. So I just think they have to win it more than I think they'll win it.
No, I agree. This is it. When I was putting them top, there was even part of me thinking like will they actually, even though like everything's telling you that they should win it, will they actually do it? But yeah, I just went for it in the end. So yeah, fair play.
All right, that's pretty. I think that was pretty close. So
we had a few together, and I think we were pretty right with like the sections of the Premier League were pretty much the same. Obviously, we had the same winner.
I think our main differences were like Bournemouth and Southampton or something like that.
Yes.
Otherwise, everything else is really comparable. Same people to win it. So I think overall we're on the same wavelength, so to speak.
Yeah. Well said. Okay then, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Make sure you comment down below who you think's going to win the league, or who you think's going to get relegated, or even who has the better prediction, me or Ali. Let me know down below in the description. Like I said, go and subscribe to Ali Axoma FC. I'll put his link in the description. But yeah, Premier League's getting started. Hope you guys are excited, because we definitely are. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later.